Last but not least is obviously how I'm going to be setting up my separate deadlift day, because I've never really had a separate deadlift day on this program, and I'm just making this up as I go along because I know that I need to take the time to actually improve my deadlift form again, get used to pulling heavy, work on form, build some muscle, and get my body used to deadlifting again in the correct way. I've never been the biggest fan of high volume deadlifts. Basically, people that do like sets of 10 or 12, it's just something that I have never really enjoyed, and I don't think it has the greatest carryover to max effort work. Obviously it's going to build muscle, but it's not very sport specific, so I've always enjoyed training deadlifts in the lower rep ranges, like 5 and under. So for this cycle, I'm going to be doing deadlifts in a 3x3 fashion. So I'm going to be doing 3 sets of 3. However, I'm going to be starting at super low percentages. My max that I've ever lifted on deadlift is 195. However, the most I ever lifted last cycle was probably 170, I think. Just straight weight, yeah, 170, which is shocking for me because I used to be able to walk in any day in a bad day and still lift 180, so I have no idea what's happened. As I said earlier though, I'm not going to be lifting very high percentages to start off with this deadlift program. I'm going to be starting with something that's around maybe 60% of my deadlift, which I think is around 120 kilos. So week 1 is going to be 120 kilos, and then every week after that I'm going to be trying to increase that weight by 5 kilos. I don't think I'll be able to do that the whole way through the cycle, because by the end of the cycle that means that I'll have to lift 180 kilos for 3 sets of 3, and as much as I'd love that, I have never even lifted 180 kilos for 1 set of 3. So I'd be really happy if that happens, but if not, I may have to take smaller jumps towards the end of the cycle. So probably for the first half of the cycle I'll do like 5 kilos extra, but the second half it'll be 2.5 kilos. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to try and increase it by 5, but if I can't get 3 sets of 3, I'm not going to be increasing it by 5 the week after. That would just be stupid. As with the max effort lower day, the accessories to my deadlifts are basically going to be very similar. They're going to be a lot of glute and quad work, but also everyone knows that hamstrings are a big important part of deadlifts, obviously. So not only am I going to be doing similar exercises to what I'm doing on my max effort lower day, I'm going to be doing hamstring work. And for the hamstrings work, I'm basically just doing simple exercises, good but simple exercises. I'm going to be doing Romanian deadlifts because I can do them at a slightly higher volume and to actually try and build me some size in my hamstrings. They're going to pay off dividends if I can actually increase that weight over the 12 weeks. Probably going to start light at around 100 kilos for like sets of 8 and then try and up that as best as I can. Other than that, I'm going to be doing the standard, probably just like hamstring curls to try and build some size on my hamstrings again. And then the last hamstring exercise, which I've already mentioned, is going to be those Pete Rubish 45 degree back extension, back raise things, because they are great for deadlifts. Anyway, I have rambled a lot today about basically what I'm going to be doing over the next 12 weeks and what exercises and what things I'm going to be doing to get stronger. Hopefully this wasn't too boring, but I thought I'd try and show you guys, or at least explain to you guys, what my thought process is for this program and how I'm hopefully going to improve my numbers over the next 3 months. Technically, this deadlift day is another max effort day. I know it's starting off light, but by the end of the program it's going to be pretty heavy. So I just want to say that I'm not entirely sure if it'll work or not, because having 3 max effort days in a week may be a little bit too much for me to recover, especially with the amount that I've been working lately and doing other stuff. But it's something that I'm going to try out, see how it works for me, and if it doesn't work, I'll definitely be dropping it next cycle. As I've said earlier and many times before, programming fitness is kind of, there's a lot of science behind it, but it's still a lot of trial and error, because what works for one person doesn't always work for another one. So I'm going to be trying this out for me, see if it works, and if it doesn't, I'll get rid of it. Hopefully it does though, because my deadlift really needs fixing. This is obviously a very simple breakdown of what my setup is going to be. So if you have any actual specific questions or anything about my programming, please drop me a question down below and I'll definitely get around to answering it for you. As always though, thanks for watching, thanks for all the support, and thanks for just watching my videos. I appreciate that. As always though, remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!
Angels just walk by. There goes a sight from my soul.